Continuing further with solved example 7th given on page 1.17 in R.D. Sharma, which says there is a set A defined as x belongs to z such that x lies between 0 to 12. So obviously this is A is a finite set consisting of 13 integers lying between 0 to 12. So A is a finite set. Over this finite set A, relation R is defined as ordered pair A comma B such that mod of A minus B is a multiple of 4. First part of the question is we have to show that R is an equivalence relation, and the second part of the question is you have to find the equivalence class for integer 1. Now first of all analyze. A is a set, finite set. So obviously this relation R is a finite relation, but it is still given in set builder form. There is a reason behind that, because if relation R is defined on the set A, then what will be the cardinality of A Cartesian product A? It will be 169 ordered pairs. Still I can say that relation R finite जरूर है, but इतना भी नहीं कि हम उसके सारे एलिमेंट्स लिख सकें चूज करते हुए 169 ऑर्डर्ड पेयर में से रिलेशन आर के ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स हम चूज कर लें और रोस्टर फॉर्म में लिख दें. इसीलिए ये एक मैं कह सकता हूं वन ऑफ द यूनिक क्वेश्चंस है. इस क्वेश्चन में एक अपनी यूनिक पिक्युलरिटी है, यूनिकनेस है, जहां फाइनाइट होते हुए भी हमारा सेट बिल्डर फॉर्म में ही रिलेशन गिवन है, इंफॉर्मेशन. So, because writing the ordered pairs, each ordered pair will be a lengthy process for this relation R. Let's start. So, for reflexivity, what we are going to consider? तो जैसे सेट बिल्डर फॉर्म में डेफिनेशन दी है, उसी तरह से हम एक जनरल एलिमेंट लेंगे A belonging to the set one at a time. We are going to consider one element at a time. So element A belonging to the set A such that, now what can you see here? Mod of A minus A. So mod of A minus A is 0, which is a multiple of 4. So what does this implies? That A comma A belongs to R for all elements A belonging to the set A. That means relation R is reflexive on A. Is reflexive on A. So reflexivity part we have done. Now come to the symmetric part. So for symmetric, what we are going to do? Consider two elements at a time, two general elements, such that A comma B belongs to the relation R. What does this implies? A comma B belongs to the relation R means mod of A minus B is a multiple of 4. Multiple of 4 implies that mod of A minus B equals to 4 lambda for some lambda belonging to A. Yes? So what happens? Can we remove modulus from both sides? So upon removing modulus from both sides, what can we write this A minus B as? Plus minus 4 lambda? Because we know this property that if mod of x equals to A, where A is any positive or non-negative quantity for a greater than equals to 0, then x equals to plus minus a. We know about it. So what happens? We can multiply with minus sign on both sides. So what happens? Let's keep the plus minus sign as it is, plus minus 4 as it is. माइनस साइन जो -1 हमने दोनों साइड मल्टीप्लाई किया है वो मैं यहाँ लेमडा के साथ अटैच कर देता हूँ, तो माइनस लेमडा हो जाएगा. और माइनस ऑफ a माइनस बी इज b माइनस a, and minus lambda can be written as lambda dash, new arbitrary constant. Yes or no? So again taking mod on both sides. So what happens? Mod of b minus a will be 4 lambda dash, which concludes that mod of b minus a is also a multiple of 4. Is also a multiple of 4. If mod of b minus a is also a multiple of 4, that means b comma a ordered pair also belongs to the relation R for all elements a and b belonging to the set A. So what can we conclude from here? So we can conclude that the relation R is symmetric on A. So R is reflexive, R is symmetric as well. Let's come to the third part, which is transitive part. So for transitivity or transitive, what we are going to consider? 3 elements at a time. So 3 elements A, B, C belonging to the set A such that ordered pair A comma B belongs to R, so as ordered pair B comma C also part of the relation R. Ordered pair A comma B belongs to R means mod of A minus B is a multiple of 4, and B comma C belongs to R means mod of B minus C is also multiple of 4. That means mod of A minus B as 4 lambda 1 and mod of B minus C as 4 lambda 2 for some lambda 1 and lambda 2 belonging to the set A. In the same manner, let's remove the modulus sign again. So A minus B will be equals to plus minus 4 lambda 1, and here B minus C will be plus minus 4 lambda 2. Mark this as 1 and this as 2. So adding 1 and 2, equation 1 and 2, what can we get? So what do we get? A minus B plus B minus C. Let's take plus minus 4 common. So what do we have here? Lambda 1 plus lambda 2. Isn't it? So A minus B equals to plus minus 4 times lambda 1 plus lambda 2 can be written as lambda 3. And then further mod of A minus B can be written as 4 lambda 3, means mod of A minus B, A minus C, mod of A minus C, can be written as 4 lambda 3. So this implies mod of A minus C is also multiple of 4. Multiple of 4. That means ordered pair A comma C also belongs to the relation R. So for A comma B belonging to R, B comma C belonging to R, A comma C also belongs to the relation R. Isn't it? So that means what can we write? Is transitive on A. And since the relation R is reflexive, symmetric and transitive on A, so thus I can say that the relation R is an equivalence relation defined on A. equivalence relation on A, which wants us to find the equivalence class for the integer 1. So equivalence class, by definition of equivalence class, we can write equivalence class for integer 1 as any element x belonging to the set A such that ordered pair x comma 1 belongs to the equivalence relation R. If x comma 1 belongs to relation R, that means from the relation R we can conclude that mod of x minus 1 is a multiple of 4. That means from the set A, which consists of 13 integers from 0 to 12, what are the multiples of 4? Can we write the multiples of 4? So mod of x minus 1 can either take up value 0, 4, 8 or 12 out of these 13 integers. And we know that means mod of x minus 1 belongs to this set containing. Now if I remove this modulus sign, what happens? So again we know that if mod of x equals to A, for A being a non-negative value, so x can acquire values as plus minus A if I remove the modulus sign. So assigning plus minus sign to all these, so plus minus 0 is same as 0, plus minus 4, so x minus 1 can take up values as 0, plus minus 4, plus minus 8 and plus minus 12. And transposing this one to the other side, we can find this element x. So adding 1 to each element in this set, what happens? 0 plus 1 is 1, plus 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3, 8 plus 1 is 9, minus 8 plus 1 is minus 7, 12 plus 1 is 13, minus 12 plus 1 is minus 11. And out of these elements you can see minus 3, minus 7 and minus 11 are not part of the set A. So as element 13 also is not part of set A, because you are only considering integers from 0 to 12. So what are the elements part of the set A? 1, 5 and 9 only. So therefore I can say finally that the equivalence class for integer 1 consists of set containing elements 1, 5 and 9. You can mark this question as a very good question, and there are some questions correlated to this one in the form of example 6th, solved example 6th, given on page 1.16 of your R.D. Sharma. So you can take this as homework. So as you can try as homework example 5 also from page given on page 1.16 in R.D. Sharma. And then I am directly moving on. The solved exam, there is a correlated question in the form of solved example 16th, given on page 1.23 of your R.D. Sharma. In that also, and say 2014 board question also. In the information it is already given in example 16 that R is an equivalence relation defined on the set A as 0, 1, 2, 3. It's a finite set consisting of 6 elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. पिछले वाले में 0 से 12 था, यहाँ से 0 से 5 इंटीजर्स तक. And relation R defined as A comma B such that 2 divides A minus B. This is an equivalence relation. इससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन हम लोग पहले भी कर चुके हैं. अगर x and y इंटीजर है तो x minus y is divisible by is even, हम लोग कर चुके हैं, divisible by 2. So this question can also be given as that form also, that A minus B is an even integer. Now in this question what they have asked, they have only asked you to find the equivalence class of element 0. So equivalence class of element 0 by definition, again we can practice it. X belongs to A such that x comma 0 belongs to the equivalence relation R. That means x minus 0 is divisible by 2. That means x minus 0 is x. X is divisible by 2 means x is an even integer. So even integer belonging to the set A you can consider. So x can take up values either 0, 2 or 4. So therefore the equivalence class for element 0 will be 0, 2, 4. इसी क्वेश्चन को मैं एक प्रैक्टिस प्रॉब्लम के फॉर्म में भी आपको प्रेजेंट कर सकता हूँ. इसमें थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दूँ. यहाँ सिर्फ a माइनस बी था, मैं इस पे सेट वही रहेगा, a वही है 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, कोई चेंज नहीं. रिलेशन R ऑर्डर्ड पेयर a कॉमा b सच दैट mod of a minus b is even. ऐसे में for all elements a and b belonging to. So you can take this as your homework practice problem और इसमें आप equivalence class निकालिए 0 का भी और 1 का भी. So you can take this as your homework as your practice problem. नहीं होगा then you let me know in the doubt session. I will discuss these questions. One of the most important questions of your relation chapter is given on page 1.19 in R.D. Sharma, solved example 9th. From examination point of view, this is a very, very, very important question as it has been asked many number of times. And it's also a unique question in itself. अभी तक हमने रिलेशन में इस तरह का कोई क्वेश्चन और इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम को नहीं सॉल्व किया था. लेट्स डू दिस. सो व्हाट इज द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट इज गिवन? इंस्टेड ऑफ डिफाइनिंग रिलेशन ऑन ए नॉन एम्प्टी सेट, हियर द नॉन एम्प्टी सेट इज our relation R is defined on n Cartesian product n. This is the non-empty set. That means your relation R is a subset of, if I consider this as my set A, n Cartesian product n, so A Cartesian product A will be what? The Cartesian product of n Cartesian product n with itself. So अब इंडिविजुअल एलिमेंट्स की जगह हमारे इंडिविजुअल ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स आ जाएंगे एज द कंपोनेंट एज द एलिमेंट. क्यों? क्योंकि n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n एक इनफाइनाइट सेट है. किस तरह का फॉर्म के एलिमेंट्स आपको इसमें मिलने वाले हैं, ज़रा मैं उसको भी थोड़ा सा हाईलाइट कर दूं. तो 1,1, 1,2, 1,3 सो ऑन, 2,1, 2,2, 2,3 so on, 3,1, 3,2, 3,3 so on, and this continues further. इसीलिए इनफाइनाइट सेट है. अब रिलेशन R डिफाइन किया गया है ऑन दिस इनफाइनाइट सेट on n Cartesian product n as R is equals to, और R is given as, तो बुक में दिया है ऑर्डर्ड पेयर A कॉमा B रिलेटेड टू ऑर्डर्ड पेयर C कॉमा D. दिस कुड ऑल्सो बी इन रिटन एज रिलेशन R इक्वल्स टू ऑर्डर्ड पेयर A कॉमा B कॉमा ऑर्डर्ड पेयर C कॉमा D सच दैट A प्लस D is equals to B plus C for all ordered pairs A comma B and C comma D belonging to n Cartesian product n. अगर मैं सेट बिल्डर फॉर्म में इसको लिखूं तो दिख रहा है ऑब्वियसली द रिलेशन R इज एन इनफाइनाइट रिलेशन. इसीलिए सेट बिल्डर फॉर्म में पूरी डेफिनेशन दी हुई है. और क्या हो रहा है? तो अगर मैं नंबरिंग कर दूं यहाँ हर कंपोनेंट की, हर एलिमेंट की 1, हर कंपोनेंट की अगर मैं नंबरिंग कर दूं यहाँ 1 2 3 4, तो यह 1 + 4 = 2 + 3. That is, I can say this relation is based upon the property that sum of extremes in this ordered pairs is equals to the sum of the means. ये आपका क्वेश्चन है. And it's in its fullest form, they have also asked you to find the equivalence class for element 2, 3 and for ordered pair 2, 3 and 1, 3. Let's do this. The first part, we have to prove that the relation R is an equivalence relation. Second part, we have to find the equivalence class for these two particular ordered pairs or components. So let's go for it. For reflexivity, so पहली बार है कि यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं एक ऑर्डर्ड पेयर है एज एलिमेंट. इन दिस क्वेश्चन वी आर कंसिडरिंग ऑर्डर्ड पेयर एज एलिमेंट. तो रिफ्लेक्सिविटी के लिए हमको n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n के कितने एलिमेंट्स लेने हैं? एक एलिमेंट लेना है. एक एलिमेंट मतलब एक ऑर्डर्ड पेयर. तो कोई एक जनरल ऑर्डर्ड पेयर का फॉर्म ले लें. लेट ऑर्डर्ड पेयर a, b बिलोंग्स टू n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n. और हमको ये देखना है कि क्या ये खुद के साथ रिलेट होगा, ये एलिमेंट खुद के साथ रिलेट होगा नहीं. इसको मैं इस समय ध्यान रखिएगा एज ए ऑर्डर्ड पेयर नहीं ट्रीट कर रहा हूँ, एज एन एलिमेंट ट्रीट कर रहा हूँ. सो कंसिडरिंग वन एलिमेंट एट ए टाइम फ्रॉम दिस नॉन एम्प्टी सेट n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n, वी गेट ऑर्डर्ड पेयर a, b रिलेटेड टू इटसेल्फ. व्हाई इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू इटसेल्फ? बिकॉज यू कैन सी, अगर मैं नंबरिंग करूँ इसकी यहाँ भी, तो प्रॉपर्टी के हिसाब से, रिलेशन के हिसाब से 1 + 4, तो 1 + 4 इज a + b इज इक्वल्स टू 2 + 3 मीन्स कौन से हैं? b एंड a, तो b + a इज ट्रू. दिस इज ट्रू. व्हाई? बिकॉज एडिशन obeys commutative law. Obeys so what happens? Therefore a, b is related to itself for all ordered pair a, b belonging to the n Cartesian product n. Hence relation R is reflexive on n Cartesian product n. Further continuing n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n, तो रिफ्लेक्सिव हो गया. अब आ जाइए सिमेट्रिक के लिए. तो सिमेट्रिक के लिए हम क्या करेंगे? सिमेट्रिक के लिए अगेन n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n से नॉन एम्प्टी सेट से दो एलिमेंट्स लेते थे. यहाँ दो एलिमेंट्स क्या होंगे? दो ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स. तो लेट द टू ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टू एलिमेंट्स बी a, b and c, d belonging to n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n such that ordered pair a, b by definition of relation R is related to ordered pair c, d. Again numbering करें 1 2 3 4, तो 1 + 4 a + d is equals to 2 + 3 which is b + c. Further this can be written as b + c is equals to a + d, and b + c can be written as c + b, and a + d can be written as d + a. Why? Because again we can write that addition is commutative. The addition obeys commutative law. That's why we can write. So now this becomes my 1, this is my 4, 1 + 4, isn't it? Is equals to 2 + d, 2 + 3. That's what this relation says. So c becomes 1, b becomes 4, d becomes 2 and a becomes 3, जिसके रिस्पेक्ट में हम और c becomes 1, b becomes 4, d becomes 2 and a becomes 3, जिसके रिस्पेक्ट में हम लोग ऑर्डर्ड पेयर के फॉर्म में क्या लिख सकते हैं? So A 1, 2 forms what? This is 1, this is number 2. Ordered pair C, D related to 3, 4. What is 3? A. तो आप देख सकते हैं A, B. So अगर A, B related to C, D था तो C, D is also related to A, B. इससे क्या मतलब आ रहा है? For all ordered pairs A, B and C, D belonging to n Cartesian product n. तो यहाँ से हमको क्या कंक्लूजन मिल रहा है? That therefore relation R is symmetric on n Cartesian product n. Continuing further with transitivity. Transitive कितने एलिमेंट्स लेते थे ट्रांजिटिविटी के लिए? 3 एलिमेंट्स एट ए टाइम. यहाँ नॉन एम्प्टी सेट n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n है तो 3 एलिमेंट्स की जगह हम लोग 3 ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स लेंगे एज एलिमेंट. तो लेट द 3 ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स बी A, B, C, D ऑर्डर्ड पेयर एंड E, F belonging to n Cartesian product n such that ordered pair A, B is related to ordered pair C, D and ordered pair C, D is related to ordered pair E, F. अब वही नंबरिंग करें 1, 2, 3, 4 और यहाँ भी 1, 2, 3, 4. तो ईज़िली हम ये नंबरिंग से हमको इजी क्लू मिलता है कैसे हमको अपना एक्सप्रेशन लिखना है. गलती नहीं होगी, मिस्टेक नहीं होगा. इसीलिए तो क्या लिखेंगे पहले वाले के लिए? 1 + 4 is A + D and 2 + 3 is B + C. तो A + D equals to B + C. मार्क दिस एज इक्वेशन 1. दूसरे वाले के लिए ऑर्डर्ड पेयर के लिए 1 + 4 is C + F and 2 + 3 is D + E. Mark this as equation 2. So adding equations 1 and 2, what do we have? ऐड क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि ऑलरेडी यहाँ एडिशन इन्वॉल्व है, इसीलिए हम ऐड कर रहे हैं दोनों इक्वेशंस को. मल्टीप्लिकेशन होता तो दोनों को मल्टीप्लाई करते. तो क्या हो रहा है? A + D + C + F is equals to B + C + D + E. तो अब देखिए क्या क्या कट रहा है. D और D कैंसिल, C और C कैंसिल. सो व्हाट डू वी हैव? A + F is equals to B + E. और उसी नंबरिंग से देखें तो दिस इज़ 1, दिस इज़ 4, दिस इज़ 2 एंड दिस इज़ 3. तो हमको क्या समझ आ रहा है? 1, 2 which is A, B ordered pair related to 3, 4 is E, F. For all ordered pairs A, B, C, D and E, F belonging to n Cartesian product n. तो एक तरह से अगर मैं इसको कंसिडर करता है एज वन एलिमेंट x, y, ये मेरा अगर x होता, ये मेरा y होता, ये मेरा y, z होता, तो यहाँ दिख रहा है x, z बिलोंग्स टू. कहीं ना कहीं कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हो रही है ट्रांजिटिविटी की. तो देयरफॉर रिलेशन R is transitive on n Cartesian product n. Relation R is transitive on n Cartesian product n. Continuing in the same manner, let us come to the second. अगर सिर्फ यहीं तक रहे ट्रांजिटिविटी, मतलब हमको इक्विवेलेंस तक प्रूव करना हो, तो इस क्वेश्चन के मार्क्स होंगे 4 मार्क्स. क्योंकि यहाँ दो एक सेकेंड पार्ट भी अटैच्ड है, तो 2 मार्क्स इसके लिए, तो 6 मार्क्स को टोटल वेटेज का एक क्वेश्चन बनेगा. लेट्स डू इट. लेट अस राइट द कंक्लूजन फॉर द फर्स्ट पार्ट कि सिंस रिलेशन आर is reflexive, symmetric and transitive on n Cartesian product n, so therefore relation R is an equivalence relation defined on n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n। ये हो गया फर्स्ट पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन। अगर फर्स्ट पार्ट तक रहेगा इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन तक तो इस क्वेश्चन का वेटेज हो जाएगा 4 मार्क्स। ओके, बट सिंस देयर इज फर्दर सेकेंड पार्ट attached to this question where you have to find the equivalence relation for equivalence class for ordered pair 2 comma 3 and or I can say element 2 comma 3 and equivalence class for ordered pair 1 comma 3 or element 1 comma 3. Let's do it. So ordered pair 2 comma 3 को हम as an element consider करें, as one element, जैसे equivalence की डेफिनेशन में एलिमेंट ए इक्विवेलेंस क्लास ऑफ ए, तो ये मेरा एक तरह से वन एलिमेंट है ऑर्डर्ड पेयर जिसका हमको इक्विवेलेंस क्लास निकालना है। तो क्या होगा, सो हाउ कैन यू राइट दिस एज, तो एक्स की जगह डेफिनेशन से हम लोग क्या लिखते हैं एक्स, तो एक्स की जगह हम लोग क्या लिखेंगे ए कॉमा बी ऑर्डर्ड पेयर बिलोंगिंग टू सेट ए। सेट ए इन दिस केस इज एन कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट एन सच दैट 2 comma 3 is related to a comma b. That means 2 comma 3 and comma a b ordered pair 2 comma 3 comma a comma b is part of the relation equivalence relation R. So अगर मैं इसकी भी नंबरिंग कर दूँ 1 2 3 4 तो अकॉर्डिंग टू रिलेशन R क्या था 1 plus 4 which is 2 plus b is equals to 3 plus a, और 2 को अगर मैं उधर ट्रांसपोज करूँ तो क्या हो रहा है 3 minus 2 is 1, तो b is equals to a plus 1. So finally I can also write that the equivalence class for ordered pair 2 comma 3 is any ordered pair of the form a comma a plus 1 such that what is a comes from natural number, set of natural numbers. So in set builder form we have written y because it will be an infinite set. फिर भी अगर ऑर्डर रोस्टर फॉर्म में लिखना चाहते हो ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स तो ये ऑर्डर्ड पेयर्स होंगे इसके 1 comma 2 2 comma 3 3 comma 4 so on. So it is better to represent this in set builder form because it's an infinite set. Similarly equivalence class for ordered pair या element 1 comma 3, you try this as your homework as practice. घर पे अभी try करिएगा, नहीं होगा तो I will take up think over this particular case, नहीं होगा तो I'll discuss, you can ask me in your doubt session when it starts. Similarly इसी particular question पर हमारा एक और बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट एग्जाम्पल है, सॉल्व एग्जाम्पल 10 भी इसी पर बेस्ड है, इसी पूरे पर, जहाँ वन सम ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स इक्वल्स टू सम ऑफ मीन्स का क्वेश्चन है. यू कैन ऑल्सो टेक दिस एज योर प्रैक्टिस प्रॉब्लम एज होमवर्क. कंटिन्यूइंग फर्दर पेज 1.20 and example number 11, solved example 11 of your R.D. Sharma again ये भी उसी पिछले प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन की तरह ही रिलेशन आर. लेट मी राइट द इंफॉर्मेशन डिफाइंड ऑन n कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट n एज ordered pair a comma b related to ordered pair c comma d if and only if AD is equals to BC for all ordered pair a comma b and c comma d belonging to n Cartesian product n. So or I can also write this as relation R equals to ordered pair a comma b comma ordered pair c comma d as element. ये पूरा मिलकर एक ऑर्डर्ड पेयर बना रहे हैं सच दैट AD is equals to BC for all ordered pairs elements A comma B and C comma D ordered pairs belonging to n Cartesian product n. अगेन इनफाइनाइट रिलेशन है, इसीलिए सेट बिल्डर फॉर्म में मुझे कोई ये आपको समझाने में कोई दो राय नहीं है. हो क्या रहा है यहाँ, अगेन मैं नंबरिंग करूँ तो नंबरिंग से आप बहुत इजीली समझ जाएंगे, 1 2 3 4। तो हो क्या रहा है यहाँ, 1 इंटू 4 इज इक्वल्स टू 2 इंटू 3। मतलब अगर प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में हमारा सम ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स इक्वल्स टू सम ऑफ मीन्स था, यहाँ बस ऑपरेशन उस क्वेश्चन से ऑपरेशन एडिशन को मल्टीप्लिकेशन में कन्वर्ट कर दिया और ये बन जा रहा है, आई कैन से प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स। ये क्वेश्चन बन जा रहा है प्रोडक्ट ऑफ एक्सट्रीम्स इज इक्वल्स टू प्रोडक्ट ऑफ मीन्स। ये है आपका पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन। तो कंटिन्यूइंग फर्दर विद द सॉल्यूशन वी गेट, so we have to prove that this particular relation R is an equivalence relation on n Cartesian product n. Let's start our, the first part is reflexive infinite relation. So we have to consider one element, general element at a time. Since an ordered pair is an element, so we are going to consider such that a comma b, the element a comma b is related to itself. So if I number it, ab is equals to ba, which is true as multiplication obeys commutative law. So therefore a comma b ordered pair is related to itself for all so therefore relation R is reflexive on n Cartesian product n. Let a comma b and ordered pair c comma d belongs to n Cartesian product n such that ordered pair a comma b related to c comma d implies, again by numbering you can see AD is equals to BC. If AD equals to BC, then BC is also equals to AD. Then, and we know, so BC can be written as CB and AD can be written as DA. Why? As multiplication obeys commutative law. Product 2 into 3 is same as 3 into 2, isn't it? So again we can number it. So this is 1 4 2 3. Then what does the ordered pair becomes? 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2 is c comma d related to 3 comma 4 is a comma b. For all ordered pairs a comma b and c comma d belonging to n Cartesian product n. So again relation R is symmetric on n Cartesian product n. Let's come to the transitive part. For transitive part we need 3 elements, means 3 ordered pairs. So let the 3 ordered pairs be a comma b, c comma d. The entire process is a replica of what we have done in the previous example, with the only difference that there we were adding, here we are multiplying. So here it is product of extremes equals to product of means. There we had sum of extremes equals to sum of means. That's the only difference, such that ordered pair a comma b is related to ordered pair c comma d, and ordered pair c comma d is related to ordered pair E comma F. Again we can number it here also. So what happens? AD is equals to BC, that's the first equation, and CF is equals to DE, that's the second equation. Instead of adding, you are multiplying, so you need to multiply the two equations. So multiplying equation 1 and 2. Previous case we had added because there was mathematical operation addition between the elements. Here it is multiplication, so we are multiplying the two equations. So we get, so what do we get? AD into CF is equals to BC into DE. Now you can see CD gets cancelled out. AF equals to B, so we can number it 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 2, which is ordered pair A, B, related to E, 3, 4, which is E, F. So what happens? You can conclude, therefore, for all ordered pairs A, B, C, D, and E, F belonging to n Cartesian product n, so therefore relation R is transitive on n Cartesian product n. Or since the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, so thus we have proven the first part of the question, that relation R is an equivalence relation on n Cartesian product n. We move on to the second part of the question, where we have to find the equivalence class for the ordered pair 2, 6. That's the second part of the question. Let's do this. So by definition, what can we write this as? Ordered pair x, y such that 2, 6 is related to x, y for all ordered pair x, y belonging to what is the set? The set is n Cartesian product n. So this is again numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 2y is equals to 6x. So y is equals to 3x. So this can also be written as what? X, 3x such that x belongs to n. This is in set builder form. And in roster form, if you want to write, this is infinite set. So it is ordered pair 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9, 4, 12, so on. So that's why we preferably write it in or express it in set builder form. That's it. Please note it down. Continuing with the practice problem given on page 1.21. Example 12, solved example 12 in R.D. Sharma. Now this also talks about, this is another form in which I can say this question is a combination of the previous two questions examples that we have discussed so far. एक में एडिशन था, दूसरे में मल्टीप्लिकेशन था. तो यहाँ भी आप देख सकते हैं रिलेशन आर डिफाइंड ऑन अगेन इनफाइनाइट नॉन एम्प्टी इनफाइनाइट सेट इन कार्टेशियन प्रोडक्ट एंड डिफाइंड एज. अब आप यहाँ अगर मैं नंबरिंग दूँ तो दिस इज 1. इफ आई नंबर इट एज 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1 into 4 multiplied by the sum of 2 plus 3. Again 2 into 3, then we need to interchange the two terms. जो ऐड हो रहा था वो मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है, जो मल्टीप्लाई हो रहा है वो ऐड हो रहा है. By numbering you can see. But on simplification this question becomes, in solution it is not given, but I am simplifying it. This question becomes further easy. How? So if I take this AD product to the right hand side, transpose it to the right hand side, and BC product to the left hand side. So what do we have? And write the first term, this A plus D upon AD equals to B plus C upon BC, and let's separate the terms. A upon AD is 1 upon D, D upon AD is 1 upon A. So this becomes 1 upon A plus 1 upon D is equals to 1 upon B plus 1 upon C. Now you can number it. So what is happening in this particular question? It is basically the sum of the reciprocals of the extremes equals to the sum of the reciprocals of the means. Or if some of you want to understand, you can understand through this particular expression also. The question says, after the information, check whether R is an equivalence relation on n Cartesian product n, and it says CBSE 2015 क्वेश्चन बोर्ड में आया हुआ है. ऑब्वियसली 4 to 6 मार्क्स वेटेज में आया होगा. इनफैक्ट उस समय 6 मार्क्स वेटेज का क्वेश्चन था. लेट्स डू इट. तो सबसे पहले रिफ्लेक्सिविटी पे जाएं, continuing in the same manner since it's an infinite relation. So we are going to consider any general one element here is an ordered pair such that the ordered pair A comma B is related to itself. It implies if and only if 1 by A plus 1 by B is equals to 1 by B plus 1 by A. Now you can see this is very much true. आप इसी तरह से देख सकते हैं इजीली, क्योंकि एडिशन है. एडिशन ये इसको मैं अगर x मान लूँ, इसको y मान लूँ, तो x plus y equals to y plus x. We know addition is commutative. We can end over here. Or someone wants to understand through this expression, then what we do? Just take the LCM. This is AB, A plus B, and this is BA again, or I can say B plus A, and then we can cross multiply it. So upon cross multiplication, what do we get? AB into B plus C, B plus A is equals to BA into A plus B. So by numbering you can easily understand. This is 1, this is 4, this is 2, this is 3, this is again 2 into 3 into 1 plus 4. So what do we have? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see easily. So thus, therefore, ordered pair A comma B related to itself for all ordered pairs A comma B related belonging to n Cartesian product n. So thus, relation R is reflexive on n Cartesian product n, isn't it? So first part of the question is over. We can move on to symmetric part, considering two ordered pairs belonging to n Cartesian product n such that A comma B related to C comma D, AD into B plus C is equals to BC into A plus D, or I can also write 1 by A plus 1 by D is equals to 1 by B plus 1 by C, which can further be written as 1 by B plus 1 by C is equals to 1 by A plus 1 by D, and we know addition is commutative, so we can write this as 1 by C plus B equals to 1 by C plus 1 by B equals to 1 by D plus 1 by A. You want through numbering you can understand now. 1, this is your 4, this is your 2, then this is your 3, or by taking LCM you can understand. So what does it gives? So upon cross multiplying, और यहीं से आप समझ सकते हैं वैसे इजीली कि क्या हो रहा है. 1, 2 मीन्स C, D related to A, B for all A, B and C comma D belonging to n Cartesian product n. So we can say therefore relation R is symmetric on n Cartesian product n. Moving on to the third part, we are going to consider three ordered pairs at a time: A comma B, C comma D, and E comma F belonging to n Cartesian product n, such that ordered pair A comma B is related to C comma D and C comma D is related to E comma F. From here, what can we have? Let's number it 1, 2, 3, 4. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4. So what do we have? 1 by A plus 1 by D is equals to 1 by B plus 1 by C. And from here we have 1 by C plus 1 by F is equals to 1 by D plus 1 by E. Since the two equations is involving addition as the operation, so let's add the two equations also. So adding 1 and 2, what do we get? We get by A plus 1 by D plus 1 by C plus 1 by F is equals to 1 by B plus 1 by C plus 1 by D plus 1 by E. 1 by D, 1 by D, 1 by C, 1 by C gets cancelled out. This is 1 by A plus 1 by F is equals to 1 by B plus 1 by E. And we can write this as number it as 1, 4, 2, 3. So this implies that ordered pair A comma B is also related to ordered pair E comma F. For all ordered pairs A comma B, C comma D and E comma F belonging to n Cartesian product n. So therefore relation R is also transitive on n Cartesian product n. And since the relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, so thus we can conclude that relation R is an equivalence relation defined on n Cartesian product n. Defined on n Cartesian product n. With this, we can also introduce certain properties of equivalence relation as the first point that I can make after all such discussions up to this particular lecture. 8 lectures हो गए. This is the last one. We can और ये last topic last lecture है of this particular topic. From next topic on next lecture onwards, I'll start with functions. First point that I can make is that the universal relation, or this is an observation, and the identity relations defined on a non-empty set A is always an equivalence relation on A. अभी तक इतना जितना हमने पढ़ा है उसके बेसिस पर ये बात आपको समझ आ रही होगी कि किसी भी नॉन एम्प्टी सेट पर बनाया गया यूनिवर्सल रिलेशन वो सबसे लॉन्गेस्ट या सबसे लार्जेस्ट इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन होता है. प्रीवियस प्रॉपर्टी में मैंने ये भी बताया था. और आइडेंटिटी रिलेशन सबसे छोटा रिलेशन होता है. इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन स्मॉलेस्ट इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन जो आप डिफाइन कर सकते हैं किसी नॉन एम्प्टी सेट पर. सेकेंड पॉइंट दैट वी कैन मेक दैट इफ देयर आर टू रिलेशंस R and S which are equivalents on a non-empty set A. Then the intersection of the two sets equivalence relation R intersection S, if I take this as another relation T, will also be an equivalence relation on A. On A. Yes, that is the intersections, the relation formed by the intersections of two or more equivalence relation is also an equivalence relation. That's what this point या property suggests. Obviously they must be defined on same non-empty sets, both of them. Then only we can hold this particular point. Yes, but similarly, so we can also say that if there are two equivalence relations which are disjoint, ऐसा हो सकता है ना, दो सेट तो डिसजॉइंट हो सकते हैं. तो दो इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन है जिनका इंटरसेक्शन फाई आ रहा है, एम्प्टी सेट आ रहा है, सेम नॉन एम्प्टी सेट पे डिफाइंड है. तो पिछली प्रॉपर्टी के हिसाब से हमने क्या कहा था, इन दोनों का इंटरसेक्शन क्या होगा, इक्विवेलेंस. तो कहीं ना कहीं किसी बुक में नहीं, आप ये चेक कर सकते हैं कि एम्प्टी सेट भी क्या होगा, इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन में ही आता है. आर यू गेटिंग? एम्प्टी सेट भी इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन में ही आता है. वी कैन चेक दिस out, we can discuss it further in the doubt session. The third point that I want to make is that the inverse of any equivalence relation, the inverse relation of an equivalence relation is also an equivalence relation. Yes, that is an equivalence relation defined on set A, then R inverse is also an equivalence relation on A. तो R सिमेट्रिक भी होगा, तो आर इन्वर्स भी सिमेट्रिक होने के लिए क्या कंडीशन होती, तो वहीं से हम लोग एक और कंक्लूजन जो पिछले प्रॉपर्टी हम लोग पढ़ चुके हैं कि आर मस्ट बी इक्वल्स टू आर इन्वर्स, तभी सिमेट्रिक होगा. तो इसके साथ साथ हम लोग ये पॉइंट भी अटैच कर सकते हैं कि जो इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन आर का इन्वर्स है वो दोनों सेम आइडेंटिकल होंगे. पॉइंट दैट आई कैन मेक ओवर हेयर इज द, अभी क्या क्या हो गया, इन्वर्स हो गया, इंटरसेक्शन हो गया. अब यूनियन पे आते हैं. यूनियन के केस में द यूनियन ऑफ टू इक्विवेलेंस रिलेशन defined on a non-empty set A may not necessarily be, that is may or may not be, an equivalence relation defined on, that is the equivalent, the union of two equivalence relation, like intersection it was always equivalence, but the union of two equivalence relation maybe or may not be an equivalence relation. We can prove this property through an example. So if I take a set A consisting of elements A, B, C, and if I define an equivalence relation R whose ordered pairs are A, B, B, C, C, A, B, and B, A, and another equivalence relation S whose ordered pairs are A, B, B, C, C, and B, C, and C, B, then you can see R union S as ordered pair A, B, B, C, C, A, B, B, A, and C, B, C, and C, B. You can see that this relation, you can check it out, check for yourself, that this relation R union S is reflexive, symmetric, but not transitive. Not transitive. You can check this out on your own. Take this as your homework. Yes. Further, solved example 14 given on page 1.22. Solved example 15 we have already discussed because it represents subset. So subset we have already discussed. And solved example 17, page 1.23 of your RDS as your practice problem or as your homework. I think you can do it. And then further, exercise 1.2, unsolved exercise 1.2. Two questions I will discuss. You leave for me question number 9 and question number 17, whose solutions I am going to discuss, except question number 9 and question number 17. You do all the remaining questions as your homework. In next lecture, I shall begin with functions, and I will also give NCERT question, textbook questions from relation as your homework in the next. Thank you.